we received a generous grant from the Ohio Arts Council, and I was looking for a unique, interesting, new, different, artistic challenge for our plan members, and was actually using the Cuyahoga Arts and Culture's artists roster to learn about different artists in the Cleveland area. And I came upon Jasmine's bio and saw what her interests were, past projects that she's done, and immediately thought that that would be a really interesting and exciting project for plan members. Well, as we were starting the process and learning about documentaries, and everyone was selecting their topics, I decided it would be sort of funny, but also important to the process to document the process of learning about documentaries. And so that is why we're now having a documentary about creating documentaries.
We live in a time where making film is more accessible than it's ever been in the history of the medium. And so what started off as just like a gig I did once turned into a way to teach people to how they speak for themselves through another platform. I think a lot of times when we think about self-expression, we think about writing, we think about music, but film can also be a way of self-expression. And so I like being able to impart that with people because we all have cell phones in our pocket now. So
we were fortunate enough to be able to have some space at the Pepper Pike Learning Center in Orange Village, and it's been great. Sometimes we see little kids, and sometimes we have fire drills, but it has been a great space for this. Plan members participated in the workshop. So we had Gary and Kristen and Yumi and Mike who participated, and our instructor was Jasmine.
I have been with Plan since about the year 2001.
Wow, so that's 20 years.
Maybe even earlier. 1998 sticks in my mind too.
Oh, wow, over 20 years.
Yeah.
Awesome. What other plan activities do you do?
I like to go bowling. I like to go to the mall to play board games. I like walking on hikes, and writing club is especially a good activity that I participate in.
I have moved in this plan for almost 7 years. I love all plan activities. It's always art, musical moods, this film workshop.
How long have you been with Plan?
Since June of 2017.
What other activities do you do with Plan?
Field trips and various recurring activities. So there's such as game hour, musical moods. He used to do activities in person, which unfortunately is foreclosed to us right now, but at least we're able to congregate electronically on Zoom.
So what piqued your interest about the filmmaking workshop?
It was the latest activity with Plan. It sounded kind of challenging. I've never done anything like this before. Mm-hmm. I've been on home movies, but never made one myself.
I've bought in the class and learning a lot and getting to talk to a film professional, so it's a lot of fun. I haven't been around film very much in the last 15 years, so it's real nice to be back in a film class. It's an excellent opportunity for me, and it's an excellent opportunity for more students. I wish more students had showed up for this, but it's an excellent opportunity for us here.
Well, like most people, I enjoy film, and I've always had fantasies of being a director, but I've read a great deal about film, and I'd like to have more tools by which to describe and analyze it.
Well, I have a master's degree in film from NYU, and I have a one-year certificate in acting and 3 years of acting school in Manhattan. and I have about 25 years of acting experience.
And do you feel like what we've been learning in our planned filmmaking workshop kind of lines up what you learned in filmmaking school? Or is there anything new that you've learned?
I think I've learned new processes of editing. It's different, totally different techniques with editing. We were using a different medium. We were using a physical film then. That was in the 80s, the late 80s. And now it's all done with digital and Adobe. She mentioned Final Cut, and that was interesting to me. And that's a learning curve to learn all that editing.
So, what topic did you choose for your documentary?
Oh, probably the grandparents.
Okay. So why do you think you'd choose your grandparents as your topic?
I love my mom and I love every of my family. If I could, I would create a certain documentary on my family. I know my little cousins would be super excited.
But you're going to focus on your grandparents.
Yes, because they're the first generation of us.
Well, I wanted to make a survival video for the Woodards, how they survive, what they do to have fun, and really the personality and interests and activities of those people.
One of them was to do interviews of people and ask them what their spouse or their primary person that they were around wouldn't let them do, and explore how personal relationships can be very confining, and how people coped with it, what their techniques were, how they survived a situation where you're being bullied by someone and controlled.
Really interesting. And then I remember at the very beginning you had an idea about, did you call it armchair travel?
Right, armchair travel. I was thinking of interviewing people in nursing homes and people who are confined, and seeing how they travel the world, or they read interesting books. They're in book clubs, and I was going to explore that a little.
Tell me about how your process is going.
Well, I had a little setback. I stepped on my tablet, so I lost the ability to take video. However, I have a camera that does video, and I'll be able to, and my brother has told me that it's a better quality video recording than I would get from my tablet. So I have a ways of recording the video now. I just need to request some time from Owen and Anna and my brother to get them on film. Identity. Who are the Woodards and what is their identity?
Well, I have an older son named Gary Michael Woodard, and a young, Owen Woodard.
Where were you born?
I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and
Where? I mean, when?
I forgot the year.
Was it 1950?
I think. Well, that would have been when you were born, my
Okay.
dear son. What is your name?
My name is Reiko Simmons.
What is your biological name?
That is my biological name.
Grandma, your birth name. What is your birth name?
Oh, Reiko Watanabe. Watanabe Reiko.
Okay. What does Reiko stand for?
Crystal ball from Japan.
What part?
Near Tokyo, it is called Kamakura.
Grandma, I can't have you eating.
Well, it's challenged my imagination. I've thought about how can I actually implement in an interesting and effective way the various types of artistic products that we have witnessed. I think this is right on spot, and I'd like to have a sequel to this particular activity, and let's think about others.
what I would like to do is be less nervous and more interactive than be something like I am right now because I'm a little bit camera shy.
So far, I have learned some interviewing skills by being interviewed. I have learned what it takes to make a documentary by watching films of documentaries, and I have liked the interaction not only with the trainer, but the interaction within the classroom about what other people are doing.
I've been learning a lot through these different projects and processes, working with the teaching artists, and really figuring out what the best way to present information is to everyone. I think this has been overall a really positive experience for everyone, and I'm really looking forward to the end result.